Okay, we're back. Today's exciting, guys. We're gonna be finishing the motion components for this thing. We're gonna tension our belts. We're gonna finish installing the rest of the parts for the tool head. It's gonna be great. I've been outside doing yard work all day. Didn't have time for a shower, so we're just gonna jump into it, man. Clean up a little bit first, though. I thought we capped that off yesterday. No, okay, that's the bottom cap. Okay. Not yesterday. When was it we streamed last? 2 days ago? 3? Yeah, exciting. Okay, so first thing we need to do is sort out the tensioner situation. Sorry, just looking at some of this. I think I actually did this wrong here. So back over here, if I can show a close up. I'm just doing a sanity check. This should be on the other side of that smooth idler. See, we don't want teeth touching the smooth idler. So I'm going to fix that really quick before we get too far into this. And we're just going to roll with it. And that was the first one I did too, I think. What's going to be the easiest way to do this? Probably pulling it out this way. I want to get you a nice shot of this, but let's see if that's possible. I know right now I'm talking to myself because no one's in the stream, but this is really for posterity's sake. I think this is one of those streams that's going to be a little bit more popular after the case. When people come back to reference this, hell, I mean, I'll probably reference this a lot more when I do another build. It's just not behaving. There we go. So get that set up. Oh, topsy-turvy. Yeah, I'm really doing this stream for myself. Anyone else that can get any use out of it in future, that's even better. As high as it goes. All right, cool. So we're going to pull this back. We have to round the right way. Can we just get away with tweezers here? Maybe. Would be great to get at least one person in chat, though, to yell at me if my microphone goes bad or something like that. But if not, it's just me doing my build, having fun. Of course, this is all on Chip's channel for posterity's sake. I don't really do much YouTubing myself, but figured if I'm going to do this, and I'm going to document it, might as well just film it, you know? But I understand it's a weekend. I bet you all have, like, your own plans and stuff going on. You get that? That's the wrong thing, I think. Yeah. Damn it! I can see it back there. Just need to grab it somehow. Chip is not feeling well today. Poor dude only got 1 hour sleep yesterday, so hopefully he's catching up on some sleep now. But parts that I'm doing, I think I've got a good idea of what needs to be done. Don't think there's too much to figure out now. Why am I having such a hard time with this? Do like that? Because I've got the camera on. Guarantee you this would go so much faster if I wasn't filming. Oh, maybe. Come on. There we go. Got it. So now that's actually wrapped around the right way. So you can see smooth part of the belt now is coming around the idler there. Then we're going to pass it through over here. Hopefully I didn't twist that. I didn't, so perfect. And then back around the tooth idler. Come on, go around the bend. You're gonna have to bust out the tool again. Shouldn't have to for this part. Should. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now that's actually situated the way it's supposed to be. That looks good. Back over here again, we have teeth on the tooth idler, smooth on smooth. Double check all of that before you start tensioning things. Otherwise, you will be redoing the work, my friend. It's never fun having to go back and undo stuff just to fix a prior mistake. It's interesting that it doesn't look like it's level right now, but we don't have any of the tensioning or anything like that in right. So it's going to look off for right now with this cord. Dude, I'm still like sweating from the day. I need to turn the AC on. Oh, and you know what? To do that, got to use this phone, so bear with me. That's why my smart home, air quotes, thinks that I'm not here right now. So it turned the AC to away mode to save energy. I don't know why it doesn't think I'm home right now. I'm here, man, I promise. Okay, there we go. See if it picks it back up. There we go. Oh, that feels so much better already. Clean this view up a little bit. This selection view. Let's take a look at what we got here. So I'm going to hide some of the stuff that we don't need. don't need that right now, or that, or that, or that, that, or that, or that. Mostly concerned with the belt situation. In fact, we don't even need top cap here. Do I want to take that whole thing away? Probably not. Okay. So the top is tensioned right here. So I think the belt goes around the front through this area right here, through this channel, and then wraps around, and then the teeth get bound by this right here. So on one side, before we mount this piece, we've got to wrap this belt around, and the bottom one won't have a wrap around. It just goes directly in there. Or it does wrap around. It just doesn't have a tensioner piece for it. And we're going to be using M3x16s for the tensioner screws. And M3x12s for the caps. 3x16, M3x12. Let's grab those now. M3x16 X. Got 3 of those pieces. Again, we got the extras. That's great. 3x16 and 3x12. I know those are M5x12. Oh. 3x12. Where are you? There we are. So M3x12. These are our caps. We'll also need our M3 washers, so go ahead and have those ready. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the both tensioners in place just to have that ready. Oh, geez. I'm sitting here showing stuff back on the CAD view. Smirt. All right, so if we're looking from the back, the top right and the bottom left get tensioners. And so we are looking from the front right now, where I've got it situated in real life. So swap it around. We're going to take the belts out. We just had them kind of sitting in there for convenience sake. Don't like that. Maybe that's a decent view of what we've got going on. A little lower. Okay, we'll roll with that. So again, looking back over at CAD, top right, bottom left. So, and it's easy to tell because it has this recess on the side. Well, I showed that in the last stream. I'm not going to spend too much time repeating everything. We'll go back and chain that together into a better view, or into a better video. Now, actually, I don't want to go in too far. Just back it out until it's around flush. That should be fine. Okay. Felt a little weird. It's trying to grab into the heat set, I know. It might have been the one that I got a little funky on there. When in the last stream, that one went a little bit sideways, so might have been what happened. Okay. So these are the pieces here. They're pretty small, but the screw head is just going to sit inside that notch, and the belt's going to wrap around this. And if you screw it in, it's going to push it away, which adds more tension. If you screw it out, then it comes back in and relieves tension. This probably would have been easier to start doing before mounting the tool head, but could work like this as well. And I'm going to use a proper Allen wrench for this instead of the electric one. So I've got it mounted in there. Yeah, that's a decent view. And I'm trying to get it set so it like starts threading into the part just enough so that it'll stay in position while we're mounting the belts. So as soon as it's, well, hold on. So I've got the screw head poking out a little bit. Oh man, I wonder if this hole size is too big. No, because it fits in there. So it looks like it's supposed to have plenty of wiggle room. If I can move that around, and it's not like threaded into the plastic or anything, which is probably good, so it doesn't deform it. Interesting. So with that in mind, I think we just take our bottom belt here and wrap it around. Whoops. See, that's what I didn't want. It'll be interesting to know if that's supposed to like set in place in that screw head or if this is supposed to be this loose. I have to talk to Chip to see what his opinion is on that. Now, I'm not sure if I'm actually doing the right way. This the right way. I might have to check. No, it goes around. Okay, there should be a channel. Yeah, okay. So, actually, I think it might be easier if we thread it. If we thread it through, and then just leave ourselves a loop to put the spacer in, or the tensioner. But there is a little channel back here where it goes through like that. Pull some through there. And then you can't see where the tensioner was at, but I'm going to put it in there and then back over. I guess I don't need that much slack. I'm just going to leave, a little bit of slack there and, just a few centimeters. And then when I install the cap, then we'll pull it tight with the tensioner. So I think that's the order of operations here. Let's get our M3 by 12s. Whoa, that's way too many washers, but just set them all down for now. Okay, so those go through pretty loosely. So I'm going to try to prep the part really quick. Start with just a top and bottom screw. Then we'll put the middle one through when it's time. Now, I don't really love these super thin washers. I think actually we're supposed to be using, or it's better to use these wider ones. Just double checking the CAD to make sure we've got room. Yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue. But the washer on these ones, these are the ones that are supposed to act as spacers in the bearing stack, but it's basically the same size as the screw head, so it's not doing a whole lot to spread the tension out. I know that's not the only purpose of a washer, but it will do a better job if you can spread that tension out. So these are the other washers, and you can see they're much larger. Just drop one of the screws. This should be it. Okay. Oh, but before we install this, yeah, we need to do the top one too. We need to route that belt through. It holds both belts at the same time. So make sure you get the other belt in there too. Tweezers are your friend here. Help get it routed through that channel. I think it started. There we go. Same thing, just gonna leave a little bit of slack. You don't need much at all, just really enough to make sure you've got room to work with. Now, try and lower this a little bit so you can really see that third slot. Figure if I get one good shot of this, then I don't have to worry about it so much on the rest of it, but one good shot would be great. Lower this belt. There we go. Do I want to put the bottom cap on first? Because every time I touch it and move it, it wants to bounce around. I don't think there's any downside to putting the bottom cap on, so let's maybe do that really quick. I should have had a macro here to. Oh, here we go. There we go. Show everything again. So this is an M3 by 10. Well, that's for the top. We want the bottom. Okay, so these top two only go in after you mount the fan. So we're going to ignore those for now. Yeah. M3 by 10. No washer. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I know I keep changing my plan here, but moment I see something that looks like it's going to be a little bit easier, I like to take the opportunity. For a 10 button, M3 by 10 hex is what I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, so to get this going, we just need to put the screws into the recessed holes here. And we'll leave the top holes out because those, again, are where the fan mounts to it. So we're not going to be doing that just yet. Okay. And when you put it on, make sure you've got your bearing in there. Get them both started. Just go until I get a little bit of resistance. I'm not going to tighten them all the way down right now. Just need it in place so I can move this back and forth without the whole tool head wanting to flop up on me. Okay. Looks like we can still get access to all the holes, so It should be okay. Not sure if I just backed myself into a corner. We'll find out. Now, does this matter on direction? I think the hole is somewhat offset. Let's see. So I think. Let me check the CAD again. Yeah, it looks like you want the hole closer to the inside. That's what we're doing. I got one started. Okay, those are both started. And as we tighten down, I'm going to make sure that this belt like kind of locks in place because there's teeth on the other side of this printed part that will fit in with the belt. Let's get our third one in there before we tighten anything down, though. As we tighten this down, we should feel like it found a home. We want. Oh no! Go ahead and use the electric screwdriver for this one. And really, I mean, you don't need a lot of tension on these things. They don't need the belt, really. They just need to stop it from being able to skip through. You should check out my belt mounting method that I did for the Medusa tool head, for Charles's Medusa tool head for the snake oil. You can really just use like a printed part with no metal fasteners to attach belts, and it can hold decent weight. So we might actually be able to just mount the other side before we worry about the tensioners, and then put the tensioners in, and then because like right now, like it's as long as we have enough tension on the other side, or not tension. What's the word I'm looking for? Enough slack on the other side, then we have the ability to put those tensioners in. Yeah, because if we put them in now, they're just going to fall out. So that's what we're doing. Redwood's great. Hey, Dominic. Good to see you, dude. How are you doing today? Missed you in the last stream, I think. So we're gonna mix this up a little bit. Go back to the double camera. Um, go. Okay, I need to pull these taut so that I have room to work. Oh yeah, that's gonna screw this angle up. So up a little bit. There we go. Get it to push through there. You know what? I'm gonna make this so much easier on myself. Use the tool. Assuming that, oh no, it's not gonna work like that. But it might work this way. Pushing it through. No, I don't think so. We're just gonna have to do this the hard way, which isn't really that hard. I'm just struggling today. Part of the reason is it's really hard to see what I'm doing with this camera in the way, so I think I'm just gonna move it out of the way so I can get a little more up close and personal with this. Come on, it wants to go, but it's just barely getting stuck. Okay, actually, I think, okay, here's a trick. Here's a trick I think that's going to be helpful. Instead of, oh, it's funny, it actually just did it while I was messing around with it. So I'm actually going to undo it. So instead of just trying to wrap it around perfectly like this, like fighting with it, go ahead and push it all the way through. Do a loop. Then that loop will help push it to where it needs to go. See if I can do it again without tweezers. Especially on the second one when you've already got part of the belt in there, like it gets a little fun. But if you keep it level, get it through there, and as you push through on that loop, it should like redirect itself into the slot. Perfect. Okay, I showed that method. We'll definitely want to show that in the video. I'm trying to say that out loud so that maybe I can look at the transcript later and then I can find these spots a little bit easier. Yeah, so here we go. Holy crap, dude. You're either up early or up late. Which one is it, Dominic? 4:36 a.m. there. That is both too early to be awake and too late to still stay up. You're gonna be like, shit, man. He messaged me earlier today, like, hey, I don't know if I can make the stream. Like, I only slept for an hour yesterday. I was like, dude, get some sleep. I think I know what I'm doing enough here to do this part. I'm guilty of staying up way too late a lot of times too. But dude, I pay for it. I'm getting too old for that. That stuff. Look at all this extra slack we have for these belts. Now's the spot where we see if everything. Now's the part where we see if all of our belts and pulleys and everything line up. Hopefully so. If not, I'm gonna be a sad, sad man. Hold up 1 minute. Okay, no, we're good. Look at that. All nice and parallel on the back. Everything looks like it's pretty parallel. Love to see it. Still have a ton of slack on this side. Did I miss something? Like that is a lot of slack. But that's probably just our leftover piece. So when you get to this part, don't cut this thing, don't pull them as tight as I did and then cut it. That would screw everything up. I was just trying to make sure things lined up. But before you cut stuff, give yourself lots of room. Because we're going to need to install those tensioners, remember? So I'm just going to give myself more than enough room. And do you think I should install the tensioners now? Like they didn't stay in place before, so I could put the tensioner in there, pull it tight, then lock it. That's probably going to be the best. So again, looking at it from the back, top right, bottom left. So got a tensioner piece here. I'm going to slip it in behind this piece. Okay, I'm going to show that on camera. Well, let's just turn it around. But basically, well, that actually stayed in there pretty good. Too late as usual. Man, gotta take care of yourself. Gotta get your sleep. Talking from someone that struggles with that myself, but it is important. So you just kind of like slide that in there. I don't have to do this, but I'm just gonna put it like there, and then this wraps around, and then as you tighten this, that pushes against it and takes up more tension. Going to tighten it a little bit so it's got something. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna leave it pretty backed out because we're gonna get it, semi-tight, and then we're gonna tighten those to do all the tensioning. Let's take another piece, slide it in. If I'm looking at it from this way, I think we're still good. Yeah, you can't do it wrong if you've got the screws in the right spot. Okay, like that. Nice. Where's my 3-year-old son likes to say, "Oh, nigh. Although he's getting to nice a little bit better now. Nice. That and his favorite word, of course, is every 3-year-old. No. Don't want. He's in the no phase. Just fun for me and mom. Cool, man. I appreciate you checking in on the stream. Feel free to keep it running while you doze back off. So I guess for you it is a little bit of both, huh? It's a little bit of too late and too early. You got to bed, but now you're up again. Okay, so we've got both of our tensioners in there. So we're gonna pull these tight, tight-ish. Like don't slam on them, but to where everything's just a little bit like loose, and then we should be able to tension everything. Yeah, Dominic, this is kind of the last, hopefully the last stream for the motion components. Um, Once I get this done, I'm gonna be doing all the electrical tomorrow, and I'm not gonna stream that part. But once all the electrical's in place, I'm gonna do a pre-flight check, make sure everything works good, and then I'll stream again to show it kind of working. But then I'll probably do one final stream of just adding uh, all the rest of the stuff, the decorative parts, the rest of the extrusions up here. There's also a serial number that'll go on the bed down this way. Um, and then yeah, I might show myself doing the DIN rails and stuff, but I don't want to be filming myself doing the electrical. It's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna do what I can to capture this, but if I don't, oh well. You guys get the idea. Hopefully you've tensioned belts before. If not, like it's really not too difficult. Dude, I'm getting so excited to see this thing coming together. Okay, I'm getting our other cap ready. Getting 3x10s, washers, same drill as last time. Okay, same thing. The offset for the hole goes on the inside. So see how the holes are closer to the inside? And that's how we're going to install that. thread, so we're backing it off. Here, click, tighten down. And I'm not tightening it so far that I can't pull the belt still. I'm still leaving it just loose enough so I can adjust those. Because you might have noticed, but I'm kind of fiddling with this idler over this way. Because the belt slips off, and then, you know, it's not flush on the bearing, so it's feels tight, but if it's drooping down and not in the right position, then it's going to, as soon as you line it upright, it's going to loosen up. So that's what we're doing there. Oh, man, I gotta get through as much of this as I can before I crash. I've been working all day on the yard and got a new lawnmower today. That was fun. Finally went electric. After they pretty much just like don't sell gas anymore, and the ones that they do sell look kind of garbage quality. So I decided to go electric. Pretty happy with it so far. It outperformed my gas mower actually in some of the denser areas. Now my gas mower is like 10 years old, and pretty sure it's blown a piston ring or two, leaking oil. So, you know, I don't think the 160cc engine is going at its optimal capacity. But it was nice to see electric. Like for so long, it could just never keep up with gas. But to see it like do better than my gas in those situations was pretty exciting. I can't lie. Okay, I must have tightened these a little too much because I can't pull this any tighter. It's on the bottom. Fixing the top can still move. There we go. I don't want to pull that and break the teeth off of the printed part, but I want to get it nice and taut. Tight, but taut. That feels roughly okay. Kind of play with them a little bit, make sure they, like, especially in all the different spots, like, this is super loose, but that's okay. Okay, so I think we're going to tighten that down. And then before we cut anything, we are going to tension the belts. Before we cut a single thing. Okay, that was... Ooh. The bottom feels good, but the top is way more loose than I wanted it to be, so back it off. Looking good. I'm just going to kind of hold some tension on it while I go. Tighten it down. Go middle first this time. Cool. The top still feels way looser than the bottom. Probably doesn't matter, but shoot, it's gonna bug me, dude. If I wasn't streaming, I might let it go, but I don't know. Having the camera on me makes me feel like I got to do a better job, hold myself to a higher standard. Which is a little silly, but I don't want to dive into that mental rabbit hole right now. Or someone's gonna point out at some point, oh, the reason you have that is because of this, like mental, not illness, but like a mental deficiency of you weren't loved enough and hugged enough as a baby. And now that it's all out there on YouTube, anyone can psychoanalyze me, right? I don't know. Okay, so we have lots of leftover belt here. That's great. But look at that. This thing moves. I take this out. It feels pretty decent. Pretty decent. Okay. Chip made another awesome tool. If I can find it, I printed it. Where's it at? Not sure. Took it off the print bed this morning. I was like, I'm gonna set it right here so I don't lose it. And lo and behold, I lost it. But it's basically a spacer to make sure that you have everything spaced the right distance while you tune the belts. Tighten them to the right frequency. Well, perfect time for a quick break, I guess. Ah, here we are. I found it. So this is it right here. I don't know if you can read it, but it says 110 to 120 kilohertz. Let's open up the browser. Here's Chips. His is in orange. But we're going to use it to space things at the right distance. And then we're going to measure that section, the inside section. Oh, wait, hold on. I looked backwards. We've already done some of that. Oh, no, not 110 to 150, 110 to 120. I don't know if that's what I said before. I haven't used this tool before that it references here. Hold on. Well, yeah, technically, I've got a Mark III. This is slash was a Mark III. The rightmost position. Okay, I see. It's basically just the different steps. Wonder if I can have it do this while. Yeah, looks like it's working. Got a nice USB microphone here, so let's oh, no. Let's do this really quick. So we're going to take this. We're going to space it like that. So we know that it's the right distance. And I think we do the bottom one on this. I think we do the bottom one because that's spaced the right amount. This is going way too far. And then we pluck it like a guitar string. Now, we know that's way too loose. And if we look at that's super cool. That's great that Prusa put this out there. These guys really just like, they put so much out there. Yeah, their printers, some might say like they're overpriced. They are more expensive, but they put so much out there for free and open source. Like the fact that all their designs are this open and that, you know, Prusa Slicer alone, the advancements they've made there have rocketed the 3D printing industry forward. I mean, honestly, like all the contributors, like Cura as well. The Cura Slicer is amazing as well. And the fact that they can both take and share things between them because of the open source nature is so awesome. I love to see it. Just want to make sure it's absolutely clear that, you know, we're converting a Mark III, but it's not like this is a homage to the Mark III. It's not, oh, it could have been better with this type of stuff. It's really, you know, upcycling some older tech with some newer tech. I love it. It's super awesome. So we're working on the bottom belt, and we're going to tension it from, you know, I'm going to show this while I tension it, and then we'll show the tuner once it's all set up. It's kind of awkward to tune it here, but I guess you can move it all the way to one side. That's probably what it was telling me to do in the instructions. So I've moved it all the way to one side to give myself, my goodness, I'm talking like a sailor. Give myself a little room to tension that. Let's make sure we're still at the right distance here after I move that. Just a little bit off. There we go. As we tighten this bottom belt should get tighter. Now we can kind of pluck it. We're at about 100 kilohertz right now. Go a little tighter. I don't know if you can hear the difference, but there's definitely an audible difference. Inconsistent readings now. Hold on. Oh geez, I'm standing right in front of the thing here. This should be pretty close, but it's saying I'm getting inconsistent readings. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so that's what that says right now, but that's about what I was getting before, so I don't understand. Let's try tightening it just a bit more, see what happens. Okay, no, that's good. I think before it was too loose, it wasn't getting a good like tone, but now it actually gets a good tone. And even though this tool tells us we're a little tight, this is within the spec that Chip told us to do. So perfect. Now we're gonna do the other side. We're gonna flip this thing around. May have done that wrong initially. Actually, I think I should have been over here on this side. In his in this shows do this and then strum the part between the inside and the corner idler. So yeah, let's do it right this time. Because if you have more distance between it, the tone will be a lower frequency, which is going to affect the results. Okay, we're getting a nice clean reading on that, but we are just a little tight. So let's back it off and maybe half a turn. Once you adjust it, I think it's good to move it around a little bit so it distributes any tension that might be there. Let's see what that seems like. Again, space it the right distance. Okay, looks like it's better if you just lightly pluck it. I was probably strumming too hard for the most part. It's not your favorite, Dominic? Yeah, I mean, I like what it does. I think it's a lot better. Like watch as I strum it lighter. I get pretty consistent around 113 to 116. Um, the Android app that I've used in the past was just not as good. I don't know if it's just my audio mic on the Android was not that great, but it was not awesome. Uh, okay, so we're gonna do the other side for the top belt. Flip it around again. Yeah, we know we need to tighten this up. And I'm just going to kind of go by ear at first because we know we have, uh, we were just listening to the opposite side. Okay, that should be pretty close. Let's see how good my ears are. Oh, we were not at the right distance though, so that's going to affect it. Okay, we're a little tight. We're going to back it off. I really like the fact that this is a free tuner. It's online. I mean, all it is it's just picking up the frequencies from the mic and showing you what it picks up. Um, so I think like this is awesome because I had to download the other Android app and it just wasn't as great. And the better one I think had like a paid option to like get the feature you really wanted. I'm gonna tight or back that off just like an eighth of a turn maybe, or just a bit high. Okay, we're pretty close. Maybe another eighth. Moved around. Okay, I like that. I think we're good. Okay, that's good to know. I do have an iPhone, um, but the one I used on iPhone just was not very good at all. But I'll give that one a shot. Sounds like a good option. I need a light to see inside here, but I think one of my pulleys is not tightened. Yeah, it super wasn't tightened because I looked at the top and I didn't see the shaft rotating. So that's a problem. In the guide, Chip talks about it at this point with with the tension. Now it might be bowing these inwards, and I might be experiencing that because if I put constant tension on it, it has like it pulses. I'm not sure if that's from motor problems or or not motor problems, but motor pulley alignment. It looks like this one might be a little low, so I might have to raise that up a bit. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that on stream. That's just kind of a troubleshooting, debugging thing to check out later. But I think I'm confident enough in the tension to... Oh man, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Just dropped the mic. And not in a good way. I'm confident enough to make some cuts here on the belt. I'm just still out of here just in case. I'm going to leave myself just a bit of room for now. Get them relatively even. Oh man. Not the best cutters. Okay. Okay. What time is it? 9:20 my time. Yeah, it's not specific to the rods because even going this way does the same thing. I'm worried that the motor shaft alignment might be off. Okay, so I think I've isolated it because going this way feels smooth, which means that this motor is doing its job right. But when I go this way, see what I mean? So I might have to check. I don't know if that's just like the pulley is not quite aligned right or if the shaft is out of alignment. But I think I'm going to end the stream there and figure out what's going on with that. Because if I have to undo this, I don't want to get too much further in and have to undo more. So I think we're going to call it there. And yeah, have a great night, Dominic. Finish getting some rest. Hope your print is going well.